Contents for educational purposes only. Can't stress enough you guys do your own research. Praise my content. Any errors you find, throw in the comments. None of us have been alive long enough to know all of that. None of us have lived long enough to know all that transpired in the past, and none of us can live long enough to know all there is to learn. Many times I've been saying that sometimes, mistakes happen. What's up, though? Yeah. Cheers. But the reason why, last time, it was just one of them days. I said, fuck it, I'm gonna go on and, shoot the shit with my viewers. But today, I'm celebrating something. See, I celebrate all small wins. Everything that you accomplish, deserves to be, acknowledged. Last time I shot a video where I was drinking and I got tipsy listening to the music. It was the last time I smoked a cigarette. I told y'all. Yeah. So, cheers to that. Cheers to health this time. Cold turkey too. You know what I mean? But like, I already knew that I wasn't addicted. It was just something that I like to do. Plus, based on having a job, I can't smoke my weed. You dig what I'm saying? So, for the stressors that I have in my life, I used it as a crutch. But anytime, as you're doing something, you saying to yourself, why the fuck am I even doing this? I'm doing it more out of habit than out of a necessity. I get bored, I light up a cigarette. Take a shit, light a cigarette. You eat a meal, smoke a cigarette. You on the job, time get to dragging, smoke a cigarette. Beyond that, I really couldn't come up with a justifiable reason to keep smoking. So it was time for him it was long overdue. You know what I mean? When I decided to start smoking again after quitting the second time I quit cold turkey. I think I stayed going for 8 months that time, and made a conscious decision to just smoke a cigarette. Once you smoke one, But I think I'm done with them this time. As a matter of fact, I'm not gonna think. I'm done with them for sure this time. Because other plans, call for that not to be in the equation. And I'm a very goal-orientated person. So, plus, ain't no way in hell, I'm gonna be controlled by some motherfucking, stick of tobacco. Ain't no way. Anyway. I think, man, anymore, man, I just get on here and I let the, the topic, I find the topic after I'm done. I figure out something that was said within and attach it as a topic. And that's just how I'm doing it now. But anyway, man, I'm want y'all to understand, more about the physiological processes within you. The bottom line is, and I'll deal with me stopping smoking, just cold turkey. Not even, craving it or seeing somebody else smoke and wanting to smoke because I see them. None of that. None of that. Eat a meal, don't even think about it. All the times I used to do it, ceremoniously. I was going to say religiously, but no, ceremoniously, I don't even, it doesn't even cross my mind. Like, it's almost like when you know you through with somebody, none of the shit that usually would happen, none of that shit's happening. So, to dig in that a little bit is basically this, man. Are you in control of yourself? Because that's what it boils down to. Is tobacco that strong of a factor that, or has that much power in your life that you have lost control of yourself? Knowing it's fucking you up. I mean, feeling it as it's doing it. It's fucking you up. But it's that powerful that you can't stop. Or you tell yourself you can't stop. That's pretty much what it be. People really don't understand the power of their words. I forget where I heard it at, and it makes so much sense. The rule of magic is, whatever you think, that's true. Whatever you think, you're right. If you think, oh man, I can't do this, or I ain't gonna be able to do that, you know what, you're right. So it boils down to what who are you? What are you made of? What kind of cloth you really cut from? Fuck all that cliche shit, all that Facebook and Instagram, people just saying shit because it sound good, want to get, fuck all that. I'm talking about in real life, in real time. What you made of. As far as you being in control of yourself. When it comes to commanding your thoughts, shaping your life, collaring life up, and telling it which way we gonna go. Which way we gonna go. Collaring up your ego, your demons, and letting them know what they're gonna do, as opposed to them controlling you and dictating how you move. Talk about testing your metal. Yeah, man. We, in the famous words of Malcolm X, we've been bamboozled. We've been hoodwinked. Run them up. All the other stuff he said. Yeah, that's real shit. And I go out on a limb, which ain't much of a limb, but I go out on a limb and say that it's more so prevalent today than it was when he made the speech initially. The effects of mental programming at the all-time high. Look around. The effects of social engineering and social programming. All-time high. Look around. fear campaigns. They're so bad. I can't watch regular TV. It irks the shit out of me. Every fucking time you turn around, they panhandling or trying to make the drug that they just engineered in a laboratory. Let's talk that talk. Laboratory. Some shit they just created in a laboratory. Making you think that you need this drug, and it ain't got to be shit wrong with you. You ever that shit irks the shit out of me, man. You know? Yeah, but yeah, all that shit's, man, you know, best I can tell you folks, man, is unplug, man. Unplug. You know? Unplug, command your thoughts, you know, control your fate, you know. Anything you can hold in your head, you can hold in your hand. What is it that you want? And how much are you willing to do to get it? And we ain't talking about the slimy shit. We ain't talking about, you know, the underhanded shit. We ain't talking about all that. Nah. See, that's the easy shit. It's easy to do a motherfucker dirty. It's easy to be, you know, less than honorable. It's easy to be less than honest. You know. I'm talking about on the up and up, based off the merit of your efforts or your actions. You know? You know? Hey man. Until different instruction come to me, I'm gonna keep doing what I've been doing. I'm gonna keep jousting with you know, with the so-called, you know, leaders in whatever you want to call them. You know, I'm gonna keep jousting with them till I can, you know, make things right for the people. You know, it is what it is. You know, because if you look at it, you talk about Malcolm and, you know, Fred Hamptons and, you know, all of those people of the past, ever since they got killed with COINTELPRO, when those agencies were infiltrated and they had the sellouts, you know, feeding information so they would know the whereabouts in the future plans of the organization, which led to the untimely demise of many. Yeah, COINTELPRO. You know, ever since then, ain't nobody really stepped up to the forefront. And I don't blame them, because you motherfuckers served them up. You served them up. This is why I love the Haitian Revolution so tough. This is why I love that whole situation, man. Why is that, Malik? Because I know a lot of y'all don't know about it. They killed off all the motherfuckers that they knew would be yellow belly and try to, you know, double back and help the people that they was trying to free themselves from or come from underneath the bondage of or stop from going into bondage from. question that a lot of people overlook to ask, well, damn, how did they know who them people was gonna be? Now y'all thinking. Now you're thinking. See, the reason why they knew how they knew who those individuals were is the reason why you looking at your own culture with a fucked up eye because you don't listen to the conquerors. Yeah, they done demonized and villainized your culture so much so that you're afraid of it. And you look at others that are on it and understand it, and I'm talking about nothing except the highest white light. If you know, you know. You dig? You looking at them, these individuals. Oh, that's that. They on that voodoo. You don't even know what the fuck you talking about. Sadly, you don't even know what you're talking about. But I bet you know every little thing that master taught you in school. Don't you? You know all about the so-called European. You know all about the Pale Arab, who are the conquerors of the original Arab. You know all about them, and you don't even know all about them, but you know a lot of it. I point that out only because you don't know shit about your own culture. How many dynasties were there? Tell me anything about your culture. Something that master ain't gave you. Tell me something. And if this triggers you, then you need it. This is a figurative kick in your motherfucking ass. Why? Because regardless of whether you was born in Africa, got any family ties to Africa, if you go back far enough, but you gotta go back. You see what I'm saying? All of our direct ancestral lineage don't go back to Africa. But if you go back far enough, eventually it's gonna tie you back to Africa. You understand what I'm saying? My point being, at the end of the day, know your shit instead of dick riding everybody else's shit. And I'm saying it like that because at the end of the day, when you don't know who the fuck you are or what you come from, then that's what it looks like when you can spit out at somebody else's shit, but you can't talk about your shit. So hey man, if I ruffle some feathers, no disrespect intended, but if you're offended, can't take it back. Handle your business. Do your own research. Learn about who and what you come from. Anyway, moving on, man. You know, it is what it is, man. We got a lot of work to do. Everybody ain't gonna make it. At the end of the day, man, I never overlook the power of planting the seed. You know, hopefully this message resonates with somebody, man. Hopefully this gets on somebody's goddamn nerves. Hopefully I brought something to the surface that somebody never really thought about, but it's been right there in their face the whole while. Damn, you know what? I don't know shit about my culture. I can't even be mad at the nigga because I don't know shit about my culture. Maybe I need to look into that. I need to straighten that the fuck out. Because if you knew about who and what you come from, you wouldn't glorify others so much. And you don't have to openly, and literally with the actions glorify them, but it's multiple ways that you can do that via your actions, via your dialogue, via your treatment of your own kind. Sambo ass niggas. Because it wasn't over time. They feared him. Think about it. It makes sense. And I'm not the first one to point this out. I'm not going to take credit for it, but I'm going to pass it along. It makes perfect sense. Think about the term tomboy, or tom girl rather. Tom girl. What does that signify? Strength. Not weakness, strength. Tom girl, that means she's strong. She might whoop your ass. They were scared of Uncle Tom. Do your research, look it up. It was Sambo. He was the sucker. Anyway, man, it just is what it is, man. This one ain't gonna be long. I ain't gonna try to find a way to drag it out. It was what it was. If it resonates, it resonates. If it don't, there's other videos on here. I'm pretty sure you can find something that will resonate with you. But at this point in the game, man, this is where it's at, man. Too late in the game, man. All I'm saying is, get to know thyself. Only way you can get to know thyself is by going back. Because that's how you got here. Those that walked before you. That's how you got here. But getting back, before I cut it, let me get back into the original subject matter that I began talking about in this video, and that is learning the physiological processes within the body. The way the organs function, the effect on your organs of the chakra system. How to activate that sixth sense. In other senses that we only think is entertainment in the Marvel movies. This is the reason why they hide a lot of information. I'm telling you, man, if you really knew the power that you possess, once you unplugged and got back into who you are and what, the core, they don't want to see that, man. When you unplug from all that bullshit, then you are essentially uncontrollable because you do not subscribe or follow any of their garbage, for lack of a better term. And you don't follow none of that bullshit that they've been propagating and got us hook, line, and sinker bought into it. Hey, man, as is always, man, it was my hope somebody that this message will get through to somebody. Somebody will resonate with where I'm coming from with this message. And that at the very least, it sparks some sort of intuitive thought, sparks the initiative in someone to do some research. You ain't gotta believe a damn thing I say. Please don't. I encourage you to go pick up a book. Go do some research. Learn about the body, man. You know, stop letting these what they call them, doctors. Stop letting them tell you about your biology, man. You know, you gotta think, all hospitals are in a state. They're based in a state, and who funds them? The federal government. If you know, you know. I ain't even gotta say no more for those of us that do know. State hospital, federally funded. And these motherfuckers, you believe, have your best interests at heart. Oh, what a joke. Oh my goodness. Change your diet. Stop eating that bullshit that they've been feeding us, man. So what if you lose weight? That might save your motherfucking life. Lose the weight. Change your diet. Control what you put in your motherfucking mouth. You'll be able to control everything else once you get that under wraps. Maybe then you'll think on a higher vibration enough to where as though we can get to the point where as though we growing our own food. We bartering and trading. They can take all the food off the motherfucking shelves. It won't mean shit to us because when you grow your own food, you got your own power. They ain't feeding you, so they can't starve you. Get your guns up. Not that the war is going to be fought that way, but get them up anyway. So that way you can protect yours. Then get on your shit. For those of us that don't know what your shit is, if you learn the ways of your ancestors, you'll know what your shit is. Homework assignment. Why were they so advanced? How did they know the things that they knew? Why did they leave shit in stone? The only people in the history of the earth that didn't have a motivation to lie to you. Why would they inscript these things in stone? Homework assignment. They had all the gold and diamonds and whatever they needed. Everything they wanted and needed for sustenance, they grew out the ground for them. They didn't have no ambitions to lie to you for what? Why would they lie? They had everything they need. See, the conquerors and the oppressors got you thinking that the only people that had no ambition to lie to you or to plagiarize the story as they seen it or lived it are the liars. And that they, i.e. the conquerors, the oppressors, are the ones who are bringing you the truth Yet, everything you do has a monetary value attached to it. Same ones that fucked your ancestors around. Same ones that hide and hold information from you. Come on, man. At what point will we wake the fuck up? And with that being said, man, y'all enjoy your evening. I'm gone. I done said enough.